best and you got the best. The hottest band in the world.
Schmack 'em a gob, everybody. I got me another donation from the great Joe Hampson. And Joe Hampson wants me to do two incredible albums. My favorite Alice Cooper album, Killer, versus my favorite Black Sabbath album with Ronnie James Dio, Heaven and Hell. Both amazing albums, and let's do this, Joe, on Black Sabbath Sunday. Under My Wheels versus Neon Nights, all this hurts. Either one I pick is going to hurt. I'm going to give that one barely to Neon Nights, Black Sabbath. All right, next, Be My Lover versus Children of the Grave. All this hurts. Oh, and you know, Be My Lover was my favorite Black Sabbath song for the longest time, but it's been eclipsed by another song that's on this album. I'm giving it to Children of the Grave, Sea. Children of the Sea, man. It hurts, but I got to give it to Sabbath. All right, next. Lady Evil versus Halo of Flies. Finally giving one to Alice Cooper. One of my favorite songs off this album. Halo of Flies is a masterpiece. And when they opened for Black Sabbath with Dio and they call themselves Heaven and Hell, I saw Alice Cooper open, and that night Alice played Halo of Flies, which was awesome. It wins. All right, next, the hardest of them all. Desperado versus Heaven and Hell. This hurts, man. I'm going with Desperado, believe it or not. And that is my favorite Alice Cooper song, is Desperado. And my God, you know, it's a badass to me if I'm going to pick it over Heaven and Hell, which I absolutely love. All right, next, we flip the album over and we got Wishing Well versus You Drive Me Nervous. I'm going to give it to You Drive Me Nervous, but it really hurts for me to do that because I think Wishing Well is kind of like the dark horse on this album. I think it's an amazing song, not really talked about, and I don't believe it's ever been played live. But You Drive Me Nervous is just awesome. Giving it to that. All right, next. Die Young versus Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. I dig them both, but easily Die Young. My favorite song off this album. Got to give it to that. All right, next. Walk Away versus Dead Baby. Can't take things off the shelf. That wins. I'm giving it to Dead Baby. That song rules. All right, now we end it with the title track, Killer versus Lonely Is the Word. This hurts, man, because I'm going with Lonely Is the Word. I love Killer, but Lonely Is the Word, those lyrics, I've been higher than stardust, all that stuff. And then one of the greatest Tony Iommi guitar solos that ends that album and ends that song. Beautiful. I'm giving it to that. So, Joe, this is a final score. And what do you know? It's a tie. And it deserves to be a tie because they're both amazing albums and neither one should lose. That's the way I look at it. How do you all look at it? Leave it in your comments below, you know, how you would feel about Killer versus Heaven and Hell. I would appreciate that. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please do that and press that little notification bell. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty like Joe Hampson. Thanks again, Joe. Listen to Black Sabbath and schmack 'em a gob.